Good morning, friends, and welcome back to the lab. If you're not aware, I have a Discord channel, or no, I got more than a channel. I have a Discord server for the channel, that's what I meant to say. On the server, I've been looking to do more community-based events, and just this last quarter, in the ass end of 2025, we recently completed a Deathwatch-based project where everybody made a Deathwatch veteran for the Lich's Lab Watch Fortress. As you can see from my format here, it's going to be a little different. I'm going to be doing something a little more live, mainly because it's less editing and this is supposed to be a quick project, but at the very least it'll be a change of pace and I can get this video out fairly quickly. That being said, I would be remiss in not highlighting some of these Deathwatch projects, because not only are some of them really cool, but it's of all skill levels, as we have some people who have been modeling and painting for years participating, and we've got a couple people in there who that's basically their first model ever. And I think it's really cool to have a whole spectrum of people on the server. You get a lot of different viewpoints and experience levels with things, and it's just cool. It's cool to have a community where you can talk to people. Basically, the server is focused on all things wargaming and modeling, although we do frequently talk about pretty much any other kind of hobby. A lot of video games, a lot of mecha. If you like Gundam, you're going to fit right in. Or trains, or dinosaurs, or... Anyways, yeah, let's get into the Deathwatch. As you can see here, I've got my screen split live, so I can pull things up, tell you a little bit about them. Not all of it. Some of you guys wrote novels. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll hit the highlights, okay? The first submission we had was a drawing from Meaty, also known as Tomorpheus Rex, aka the fellow who drew my new channel banner on the Lich's Lab homepage. And I really love it, so I'm really glad to see him participating here. He submitted Mr. Chaplain M. Thornton of the Howling Griffins. He served in Bad Av as a scout and sniper, and also in small campaigns as a veteran sergeant. Apparently, he has grown quite weary of slaying his fallen battle brothers, and seeks to inspire his cousins instead. I really enjoy his line work in general, so I'm very glad to see him participating in this community event. Next up, we have a submission from Hephaestus, a Gilded Dragon Deathwatch veteran. I really enjoy that he used this. Well, not only is it a custom shield, but I really enjoy... I've seen other people use these new Saturnine heads on Marines, and I really do like it here on this black Templar body. It looks really good. Also, I have those same storage containers in the background. They're like 3 feet above my head right now. Same storage containers, so I don't know where I was going with that. Psionic Gamer submitted a Sternguard Sergeant for his Deathwatch veteran. He is part of the Tome Keepers, and he forgot to give him a name, so he edited it to call him Nasir Areshkigal. Very nice Sternguard. I always loved that little custom Deathwatch helmet that came on the upgrade sprue. He says, apologies for the picture quality. The curse of Android be upon him. And I don't think I will, actually. I'm going to take this to my grave, and I'm going to be upset. Probably forever. You're not forgiven. We have a Beaky submission from Demomer, Servant of Chaos. They are submitting Brother Lieutenant Ignatus from the Meteor Marines 2nd Company. I know their Meteor Marines are there's a lot of homebrew. They've read a lot of fucking homebrew for this chapter. And I would love to individually link all these chapter lore and history documents that these people have been submitting. But I don't think that's very practical. But if you do want to read more, not only do we have a dedicated homebrew channel on the server, but this entire channel for all the Deathwatch submissions has been archived. So if you join the server, hint, hint, then you can easily go back through and look at all these submissions at your leisure. Shy Guy Wolf here, he submitted Brother Ferrum of the Silver Skulls. This is part of what I mean by people of all skill levels. He has just recently started modeling. This is not a dig at him. Like, my first models were pretty bad. It's actually better than some of my first models. And I don't necessarily like to compare people's models against each other. It's, I think of this hobby as like a self-serving, like, you build yourself up, you know? But thank you for the submission, man. This is a submission from, man, what's up with my voice today? This is a submission from user Rough Time. This is Brother Angus, the Raging Apothecary. A black shield, Brother Angus is known to be quite violent, despite being an apothecary. But overall, he's loyal to his squad, which I feel like is the most important part. You don't want the medic to be like, you know, flaky, wishy-washy. If you're in need of medical attention, I would prefer my doctor to be there. It might be kind of a hot take, but, you know. Next up is Varial Scarius, a Black Shield Loyalist Night Lord. The original description says he doesn't know he's a Night Lord, but was put in with a kill team, with a Mortifactor and an Executioner to cover up for his tendencies. And it's like, you know, hide him in the crowd, I get it. But how do you not know you're a Loyalist Night Lord? Like, you know? This is Brother Mortoris Heros by Serect, a Marine from the Centipedes chapter. Originally a 3rd Company battle brother, he was apparently sent to the Deathwatch as punishment for his barbarism, and basically sent to the Deathwatch to die in honor, to basically salvage the situation. The Centipedes is another chapter we see here fairly often on the server, and this is awesome. I especially really like the scales on the knee. That's pretty cool. This is either Brother Perditus or Brother Perditus. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. He is a Blood Angels Assault Marine that was sent to the Deathwatch prior to the fall of Cadia. One thing I will say about his submission is that he puts multiple pictures in here. And you can see, this is a pretty solid Marine, you know? But why is this one picture like really desaturated? No, but really, you've got a Mark 6 Marine with a fancy helmet wielding an Eviscerator. You're going to have an awesome mini. It's impossible to not have an awesome mini when you put an Eviscerator on it. This person has a good point here. We do have an abnormally large number of Beakies around here, but Beakies are the best helmet. Now here's a pretty banger submission. This is Brother Briz Carr of the Auric Hunters. They were believed to be Space Wolf successors for a while, and it turns out they're not even related. They just enjoy the same drip. This is a very cool chapter, Ancient, and I think, if I remember correctly, he's the only person that's submitted that's using a banner or a standard flag of any kind. So I guess he is the event's official flag guy. I also really like the fur at the top of the banner here. I'm not sure if that's a bit or it was sculpted, but it's very, very nice. I'm also enjoying the fact that you just stapled like an entire fucking Necron on this guy's backpack. Do you think if that Necron is bolted down properly, he's going to wake up, not be able to move, and just be like, what in the fuck is happening? This is 10 of Hearts with Brother Joaquin Espronceda. I know I probably fucked that up. I did not make good grades in Spanish, just to be completely fair. We've got a Mark III Marine using a Deathwatch shotgun. Pretty fucking cool. And apparently his mother named the Marine because she is a Spanish professor. Mr. 10 of Hearts, please feel free to tell your mother to contact me so she can tell me how badly I fucked that name up. Now here's a really good one. Bestone submitted Brother Tarkus, a gray shield of the Primarch's unnumbered sons before being sent off to join a new home chapter. This is just generally a pretty sweet mini. Not only do you have the custom Necron battle axe here, but you have the cool ornate helmet and the shoulder. I want to say those are Grey Tide Studios bits, but I'm not going to say that with full confidence. I just think I've seen that there before. But yeah, I also really like the alien plants in the background. I'm not quite sure how you made those. The green really pops. Like, the black is very nice. It has depth in it, but the green and the purple both pop kind of like on separate sides of the model. It's almost like the color palette's kind of split down the middle or something, but it kind of works. Especially like when you start like turning the model, like it's still kind of in halves, if it makes sense. You got black and green and black and purple both on opposite sides. It's a very well painted model. The axe is very cool. I like that helmet. Brother Tarkus is cool. Now here's a really cool submission, although I'm straight up, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Convi? But he is another Howling Griffin. Although he's the only Marine in the submission so far to not wear the full black. I'm not going to be super anal about the rules, but you are getting written up for uniform violations, like every day. One thing I really like about this picture here is you have a cool Marine, but then you look behind him and you have like a very, very well done feudal guard squad behind him. Like look at these guys. These are cool. Like, well done, dude. And you got, him leading the charge with his storm shield. And we got a little spin around as well. I really like the blue laurel as well. That I'm a gold laurel kind of guy, but the blue works here. This was all submitted by Mr. Pat, and he did link a Google album to see more of these minis, and I highly implore you do, because they are very cool. This is Brother Gellin from the Hounds of the Emperor. Mr. Huey here says that he's too poor for Deathwatch bits, so he's just submitted a picture he colored in paint. And I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but that's totally fine. The whole point of the event is not necessarily make a mini, but to make some kind of creative piece of art with your character. We've had a lot of drawings, like mostly everything is drawing and models so far, but if you do something else artistic, it's all visual, but like, I don't know, if you write a song about your dude, or, make a little something, I don't know, crochet a sweater or something with your dude's face on it, whatever you want, The whole point is to create something. Huey's Hound of the Emperor here is using a big old chain axe, and you cannot go wrong, because big old chain axe is always cool. Mr. Good, known for normally posting just good on my comments section, finally spoke English, which was rare. Mr. Good here submits Brother Damoth, a silent juggernaut within the Deathwatch. Damoth is notable here for being an Iron Lord, which, if you know me, I covered the Iron Lords a long time ago, and I kind of have a soft spot for them now. I like the big red pants gang, although we don't get the red pants here because he's wearing Deathwatch black, so that makes sense. It also looks like he just kind of like, this Marine just kind of stuck like an entire tank armor piece to the front of his armor. He figured, well, if I'm going to get shot, I may as well put some extra armor on there. But I do like his combo auto gun with underslung Melta fist thing. That's pretty cool. And it also reminds me of the Deathwatch Overkill board game, the Salamander Marine that came in there. I think it had a Melta gun put on there in the same way. But yeah, man, Iron Lords. Guilty Spark here submitted Brother Valerius Kale. He is a Deathwatch Black Shield that is known for his ancient lightning claws. Nobody knows where he got them. Not only is he a Black Shield surrounded by mystery, but the true lore is that he is a survivor of the Drop Site Massacre and Emperor's Children, the Marine who was lost in the warp and then suddenly spit back out. Guilty Spark here made a diorama, and not only is it a diorama, but it's the biggest diorama. Kind of looks like paper plate sized, and you can see him jumping into battle to kill some like white and gold Tyranids, which is pretty damn cool. Either way, it is a cool submission. It's the biggest submission, so thank you, man. Now this is one I really like. TibTub here submitted Brother Sergeant Kaitos Marcenis of the Starblade's 5th Company. This is just a really, really cool drawing. Something that I've been kind of whining about lately is that a lot of shows and some of the newer anime I've seen, they don't necessarily like dipping their visual palette into like pure blacks, but I've noticed something way more common with like older media, and I think that's part of why I like this picture so much, is because you have you can see basically a black gradient into pure black to for like shading, like volumetric shading on the marine. And not only is it's just a really cool pose. I like how you can see the red eye glowing like on the back side of the helmet. I don't know, man. I don't really know why I like this one so much, but I really do. We have a ton of great artists on the server, obviously. So if you really like 2D art or want to commission somebody, I'm fairly certain you can find somebody to throw some money at. They'd probably be more than happy to take your money. I mean, make you some great art. I'm trying to help all you 2D guys out there. I'm trying to help you guys score commissions. Next up, we have Strike Flyer submitting Cygnus of the Charnel Guard. Apparently, it's my fault that he likes the Charnel Guard so much. I'm not going to take any responsibility in that matter, but I do very much like your Marine. Something about the way he's just staring straight at me, I don't know, it endears me to him somehow. I can't explain it. Like, we're locking eyes, and I love him. Next up, Just RTS submits Brother Alduin of the now Renegade Exalted Knights chapter, seeking atonement for his chapter through Deathwatch service. This is a very cool, not necessarily static pose, but like a resting pose, I guess. I believe this big old sword here is the relic blade from the Vanguard veterans. I could be wrong, but it's a very good choice for a two-handed pose because the thing's so damn big. It's just a very, very solid mini. I really like this one. Thank you for the submission, man. Next up, we have Reliquary Guard with the Reliquary Guard. If you watched Your Dudes 3, you'll know that I actually briefly put the Reliquary Guard submission on screen, and I did answer his questions. And it's very cool to see a direct pipeline from YouTube to server to community participation. He's got 3 Blade Guard veteran here, and you can tell that he has stolen the arms from that one Grey Knight dude whose name I always forget. Which, if you think about it, the Reliquary Guard are basically the Vault Keepers for the Deathwatch, and them stealing a special sword, lore accurate Kitbash, maybe? Very cool submission. I'm very glad to see you on the server and participating, but you are also getting uniform write-up. Sorry, I had to make the rules. Gordus Prime submits Brother Trahan Telesin, or Tesselin. I think I got it right that time. Brother Trahan Tesselin. That's right. Right there. Of the Golden Griffins. This is a pretty cool model. It's not necessarily flashy compared to all the other tryhards. No, I'm kidding. It's not necessarily as ornate as the other ones, but it's very solid. You have the gold pauldron, obviously taken from the Howling Griffins, which makes sense. And you have a Vanguard veteran chainsword and pistol matching set with this little like filigree on it. The Mark IV helmet and the servo skull with the pair of keys really tops off the model. I like this one quite a bit, actually. Consider me a fan of the Gold Griffins. Mr. Mechanicus here is submitting a art piece that he had commissioned beforehand, and he wasn't sure if it necessarily fit into the criteria for a submission. To be honest, I didn't think it through very much. I don't really give a lot of these rules a lot of thought, but it was a very nice art piece, and I wanted to put it on screen. I will get with Mr. Mechanicus later and put the original artist's info on screen here if you want to see more of their work. And apparently, the artist takes commissions, so please go give them your money. Jax the Stupid here puts up Brother Galahad of the Consecrators. As a member of the Consecrators, he says he is ready to provide Overwatch and totally not hunt for the Fallen on the side, which I do appreciate. Also, I'm fair warning. Anytime somebody posts a picture of their desk or a submission of anything, the very first thing I do, I don't look at what they're taking a picture of. I always look what's on the behind them, back shelf, open tabs, anything. I'm just a nosy little shithead. I see we've got some Chaos Space Marines in the background. I think this is that one Primaris captain that they just came out recently with. He's got like the cables in his armpits. It's the same pose. That's what it looks like to me. We've got a clone trooper there, obviously. I can't decipher anything else. But more importantly, thank you for the I'm sorry. Sorry for being a nosy little shit. Thank you for the pictures. This is Ruggernaut with Brother Joel, who is a wolf priest of the Ice Fangs chapter. And I gotta admit, you know me, I'm not the biggest Space Wolf fan, but Ice Fangs, that's a pretty cool name. Although I will admit, it's giving me Pokemon vibes, which does make me think Fire Fangs could be a cool chapter. What was the other one? Thunderfang? Crunch. Yeah, this is my chapter, Brick Break. This wolf priest is sporting a stolen Necron gun, and apparently also fills the role of chaplain and apothecary with whatever squad he works in. However, apparently he's very cooperative and will step back and fulfill only one role if somebody else is around. He is notably very flexible. He works great in teams, which I appreciate. We've got a lot of people here who are like, oh, they were exiled for, slaughtering babies. This man was, he's got a mental, he had a head injury and now all he can think about is murder. And this guy's like, yeah, I'll do whatever we need. That's fairly reasonable. We need guys like that. Also, if you look at the submissions, he's holding the Necron Gauss Flare, but in another picture, he has the standard Primaris Apothecary arm, which leads me to believe that the arm may be magnetized, which definitely fits into his role. As he said, he'll do whatever the squad needs. Thank you, Ruggernaut. I very much enjoyed this mini. Now, this is Battle Brother Leonard of the Blackguards. ZZSR here, ZZ Senior, Double Zeta Senior, I don't know. He is the resident Blackguard collector, which fills me with a lot of glee because the very first obscure lore video that I did, I pointed out that the Blackguard, the Raven Guard successors, the Blackguard were probably my favorite of the whole batch, and I was like, man, if I did something later on, I would love to do more Blackguard. And I've always kind of been like, I don't know the best word for it, but like whenever I see Blackguards, I'm like, yeah, Blackguards. It's really cool to have a guy on the server whose main army is Blackguards. I can kind of live vicariously through him, But we have a heavy intercessor here. I believe that helmet is a custom like beaky aggressor style helmet. It's like a beaky with like the two side pipe things that the aggressor helmet has. He also submitted pictures of a dreadnought that he has. And I like this alien biome basing that it's on as well. It's got some really nice colors. Normally, I'd write you up for 2 submissions, but I like dreadnoughts, so I'll let you off with a warning. So this is Brother Vanus Aurelian, submitted by Cheap. I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of lore for this one. Basically, he's a former Ultramarines who first served as a Grey Shield during the Indomitus Crusade. His squad was wiped out trying to take on a Necron tomb world, and he kind of elected to serve in the Deathwatch to make up for the shame that he brought to the chapter. I very much enjoy this model. I like the big I like the big brown cape. I feel like it would have been way too easy to make a blue or a red cape, but like The brown matches the Deathwatch vibes very well. For some reason, I can't identify what base model he used. I think it's one of the newer Ultramarines models that just came out, but it didn't immediately match anything at a glance, so I kind of just stopped because I'm lazy. But I do very much like the chapter-specific power axe, and I like that he has a very confident pose as well. Grim Dang submitted artwork for Sons of Medusa, although I think there was another message that confirmed it was Sons of Medusa, and like obviously it looks like Sons of Medusa, but I don't want to assume. Blah. They submitted their artwork that they did for a female Space Marine. We have a lot of female Space Marine enjoyers on the server. Grimdang did note that they purposefully did not use the Deathwatch black because they prefer their Deathwatch to be more colorful, and I do understand that. I've kind of been thinking, like, I've seen some Deathwatch armies where you just paint the normal chapter and then stick the silver pauldron on them to give the army a bit more color overall. And I can see why some people would prefer more color, but it also kind of runs the risk of looking a little bit more disparate, I guess. Disparate? Not only do I not know if that's the right word, but I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. You guys know what I mean. So I do understand it. You're getting a uniform right up, but I do sympathize with the color aspect. I get you. I don't exactly know the proper solution, but I get it. Brother Vike is submitting Head Taker Thelius Pike from the Dark Krakens. We got some Phobos dual wielding here, as the dual wielding Mantis Warrior is my most recent project. I'm getting a lot of deja vu, but honestly, seeing as how popular the Dark Krakens are in general, I'm kind of surprised we only got one submission for them. That's not really a complaint. Like, I don't know, people really like Dark Krakens, so I just kind of expected it. Also, I'm not sure if the basing bit here was originally supposed to be like ivy or something, but it does make a kind of convincing seaweed, just like a pile of seaweed, you know? I don't know if that's the intent, but I get it. Thank you for the submission, Brother Vike. All right, this is another long one. Like I said, I can't read the whole thing. This is Brother Han Halkin of the Jade Sentinels, which is a White Scar successor. He is a Sternguard / Devastator using a older pattern of, of Heavy Bolter. I know way back in the Rogue Trader days, they had Heavy Bolters kind of mounted up on their shoulder like that. But it looks a little bit different from this one here. The Rogue Trader ones had the big magazine popping out of the front, and this one doesn't seem to have that. However, I do very much enjoy this Heavy Bolter, and I need to make a note to myself to ask him where he got it. I also enjoy the checking the arm sensor array, Predator handcuff Palm Pilot bullshit. I like the pose, it makes sense with the Heavy Bolter. And another Beaky. We have the only pixel art submission from Sylvanas, of Brother Sylvanas, admittedly. He admits that the account is named after him. A Devastator from the Soul Drinkers. He also wields an over-the-shoulder Heavy Bolter, which is now making me mad because apparently everybody knows where to get them except me. Sylvanas does have quite a bit of lore attached to them, and there is a Google Doc for that if you are curious. Now this is one I really enjoy. This was Parchment Alchemist, one of the winners of Your Dudes 3, the Pale Wardens mini that I had made. Same chapter. I really enjoy, not only is it just great 2D art, one, Purple Deathwatch. My first Deathwatch kill team was also Purple Deathwatch, so there's a little bit of camaraderie there. Second of all, I really enjoy the helmet on this Marine. It's just like a blank, like the upper half is kind of blank, and then eye holes were seemingly like drilled out. It gives it like a very spooky appearance. And third, Power Axe and Bolt Revolver. First off, revolvers are cool in any game. For lack of a better word, Brother Rodian here of the Pale Wardens is extremely dripped out. You got the big old fucking gun, you got the gold chain, you got the you got the silk robes. I'm fairly certain they'll be silk, Just an extremely dripped up Marine, and I very much enjoy the artwork there. Lame, not the mini, the person's name, and that is not my opinion of that person. That person's name is lame. Submitted Brother Odonathus of the Mantis Warriors. A lot of Mantis Warriors around here recently. I'm not sure if I need to call an exterminator or anything. I'm not sure if the pauldron here was freehand or a decal, but it looks very good regardless. And I also really enjoy the curved chainsword here with the stripes on it. It's a very good look. And of course, all this fur on the back side of the model, of course I'm going to like it. This is a very cool model, and I appreciate the submission. AJ here keeps it simple. Brother Robert of the Red Templars, he likes to kill gene stealers. That's the kind of lore I like. No. This is a man who knows what he enjoys in life. If you do what you love doing, then you're not really working, you know? You never work a day in your life. You kill gene stealers, and you like killing gene stealers, you're going to have a grand old time. Not sure if it's Monkey or Monkai, but they submitted the Deathwatch miniature of the month that came out recently. But they have this really cool little hologram effect with this miniature right here. I've seen some other people do this, and it's always really cool every time it happens. You've got a little bit of object source lighting coming off of it as well. The scenic base is very well done, him kind of creeping around a dilapidated wall. This is just a very good mini in general. Not only does it fit the Phobos vibes, but the communicator arm bit is very cool. Flexing Midget here to flex his 2D art skills. This is Brother Hallel, who apparently gives off a very disturbing aura, just like me. Apparently his previous Watchmaster pretty much sent him over with a note said this one's cool by me. And as you can see here, he has a very, very strange two-handed sword. According to his lore blurb here, after my Watchmaster watched him slam that claymore straight through an orc, he said, yeah, sure, we could use you. It's just a really, really cool picture. There's like holding the Xeno head, which looks to be like kind of like six-eyed lion thing, the cool cross guard on the sword, the spiked handle, getting a lot of Skull Knight from Berserk vibes there with the hilt and the handle spikes. I don't know, man. This is just a sick ass marine. Thank you very much. Submitted by Etheri Pyrus. You can see it up there. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is Brother Odium or Brother Odim of the Iron Snakes. I really enjoy the power sword and plasma pistol setup he's got here. And you can see here, he has a little flask on his side, which keeps his chapter homeworld waters within. So even while serving in the Deathwatch, he can still continue his chapter's traditions to a degree. Now this one's a very interesting kit bash because this might be the first time I've remember how earlier I was talking about vicariously living a Blackguard army through this man? Jaskua, Mr. Northwind here, didn't have the materials to make his own model. So Hephaestus, the guy who made the Gilded Dragons earlier, they collaborated for Hephaestus to make and paint his marine for him. So it was like a vicarious kit bashing experience, and it makes me feel kind of strange. I watched a man kit bash another man's model, and I feel like I was watching somebody watch somebody kit bash somebody else's model, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's like some degree of somewhere between voyeurism and cuckoldry. I'm somewhere here. It's just a really funny experience to me. This is Brother Cassus Solus from the Fury Watch chapter. You can see here that he's got a Xenophase sword, and he's holding his bolter on the side, and he's also got another chain sword tucked in the back there. He has some pretty cool Howling Griffin-esque orange and yellow here. Just a really solid jump pack veteran. And as I previously said, I will never forget the level of voyeurism that I was subjected to, for better or for worse. I'm not scarred, but I've been affected in some way. But it's very cool to see that people, oh man, I don't have any models. Hey man, I'll help you out. What do you want? And I'll kitbash something for you. That's pretty cool. This is Butterguard with a no lore, no name submission. Fine by me. Don't take that the wrong way. This is one of the bodies for the newer Primaris jump pack units. I'm not sure if it's the regular ones or the captain. And he's got this big old chain axe, topped off with a Mark II helmet and an older style of jump pack. Just a very cool model in general. It's got the axe and the Mark II put together gives it a really rugged vibe to it that I really much enjoy. Magos Lunkatek, the fake one apparently. They are submitting Brother Ulos, a black shield with little regard for his own safety. Remember I was talking about we had like a reasonable apothecary earlier, and then we have like a bunch of psychotic fuckers. I really enjoy the charging forward pose with the Mark VI assault body here. Power axes are always cool, and I like the power effect that you went for there. Also, I really enjoy the tilt shield chained onto the pauldron. That's a pretty cool touch. Maka submitted Brother Colas of the Imperial Fists. His special Thunderhammer is apparently called the Vengeance of Dorn, which is a minor relic within the Imperial Fist that apparently carries a unique tradition with it. Apparently, if you wield the hammer and you die, they add your name to the purity seal on the handle and then just give it to the next fucker. I gotta say, that's kind of funny. I really enjoy Brother Colas's pose here. It's very, very mighty, especially combined with the cape. Like, this dude looks like he's in charge, Also, I'm not quite sure which kit it would be, but I can tell from the handle wrap on the bit that the hammer is definitely an Age of Sigmar hammer to some degree. I don't know necessarily which kit it is, like I said, but this wrapping kind of gives it away. Also, this right hand closed fist bit here, I can't say for certain where it came from, but I know that I want it. I can kind of tell by the cut of the elbow here, especially this little circular part. It's probably one of the new Horus Heresy kits, probably like a command sprue upgrade or some shit. I'll look around. Winter submits Sergeant Blademaster Fiore. Fiore is from the Blood Angels chapter, and apparently is also and due to his standout swordsmanship, he is often assigned as a fencing instructor to other veterans within the chapter. And, I didn't know that one moved. I didn't click on it, and I very much like the idea that a veteran is assigned to like the station's facilities, like fencing instructor. I like that idea, so thank you. Basil here submits Larry. I'm just gonna read this straight up. That's just Larry. He pops up sometimes whenever you need him. He doesn't talk much. I think this might be the only Legion of the Damned Deathwatch veteran on the list, and I do enjoy the Primaris Chaplain hood. It adds to Larry's menacing aura. Now forgive me for this name fuck up, because I'm probably going to fuck it up. But Doc Fubar, he submits Brother Masood, I think it's Masood, of the Crimson Guardians. Noted to be particularly skilled with the use of special weapons. You can see he's got one of the Primaris Plasma variants. Plasma Incinerator, but there's like 3 different flavors that nobody gives a shit about. So we all just call them Plasma Incinerators. You can see here he's also got a special belt buckle and the little arm guard plate that I think came with the Mark III. Yeah, the newer Horus Heresy Mark III kits. And I like that. It bulks them up a little bit, Now, I know I just said I was going to fuck up some names, but I'm going to fuck up some more names. Dothstand. I recognize you immediately. I've never said it out loud, so I apologize. But they're submitting Sister Birgitta of the Imperial Fists. They are noted to be firstborn, and it looks like we've got a Mark III body with a firstborn multi-melta as well. and I think that's a Mark 7, yeah, Mark 7 helmet as well. Very solid mini. Kind of surprised to see multiple Imperial Fists on the list. Tritium Drinker here submits Honored Brother Chaplain Sangelios of the Prophets of Mercury. Apparently they served in part of the Abyssal Crusade, and wherever they came out, they received word that their entire chapter had died. So now he works as a chaplain to inspire other Marines and constantly warning them of the taint of chaos. Here we've got an Indomitus chaplain, mostly, yeah, that's the same backpack. I believe that's there on the original. Indomitus chaplain body, right arm, with a Deathwatch pad. Not only do we have a blade guard, not necessarily just a blade guard helmet, but it's the one from the standard bearer. And also they added a big ass Crozius. Like, that mace is the size of a man. I can't quite tell from the picture quality, but Tritium, I think she kind of painted on a little bit of like a skull, like tooth motif there, and it's definitely giving me Flesh Eaters vibes, and I like that. So I think I might try to do something similar to a Marine down the line. In my brain, I was like, oh yeah, that's the Flesh Eaters thing. I can't do that for, you know, non-Flesh Eater Marines. But like, they have a very signature kind of like smile. But I do like how it seems to be here. Again, picture quality. You know, I can't be certain, but I do like the idea that it's sparking in my brain. So thank you, Tritium. Foulon submits Veteran Assault Marine Elazar. They are from the Lamenters and were apparently sent to the Deathwatch very, very soon after the end of Badab concluded. They're rocking a Power Fist and a Hand Flamer, which is honestly a pretty fucking cool combo. And I like the little candle on the base. It's very cute. Pangle, one of the winners of Your Dudes 3, specifically the Ashen Brethren, is submitting Brother Karis Skull of the Ashen Brethren. If you've watched Your Dudes 3, you know that the Ashen Brethren live on a very monster-infested world, and so the Marines from there are known to be great hunters. So Karis here was willing to volunteer for Deathwatch duty to lend his skills to Xeno hunting. This is another submission of the free mini of the month Phobos Marine, which is not a complaint, by the way. You know, like, if that's what you want to use, that's totally fine. I think my only real problem with this mini is, like, what is the giant disc? And there's probably some kind of like lore. Oh, well, actually, that's like, no, I know it's probably something in the lore. I'm just saying it looks a little silly. But hey, it gives us more Ashen Brethren regardless. It's a cool feeling to see these Your Dudes chapters continue on in community events as well. It gives them it adds to their mythos a little bit, you know? So thank you for the submission, man. Mighty Gachi Man here submits the Auspex Specialist Remiel of Squad Dumas, which, yes, I did read as dumbass. He is apparently working on an assignment right now, investigating an abandoned world plagued by a strange miasma. And given that you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on, sending somebody who's good at detection systems is probably the smart move. You can see down here that he's got like this really nasty, mutated, irradiated kind of terrain going on, and I really like it. Also, we have some freehanding on the Dark Angel's Pauldron here, writing a name. It's just a very solid mini, man. I really like it. Thank you. Iggy as submitting Brother Koi, known to be very good with ambushes, using his giant fucking motorcycle and Xenophase blade here. Apparently he was a Stormseer in training, and he uses those skills to perform those ambushes. His allies apparently don't really know how he does it, but apparently a lot of it is down to instinct. And with his exceptional performance being reliable, they've just learned to trust him. I've always liked the idea of a character who is so in tune with like nature and things, like his surroundings, that he's kind of like, not necessarily like supernatural, but like he sees details that the people around him they would never even think about in a million years. and he can use that expertise as to his advantage. Kind of like a ranger or a warden in a sense, you know? It's just that this ranger drives the fucking bat tumbler from the Nolan movies. Thank you, man. Not a Mimic is submitting Brother Sevis, a Marine's Malevolent. You can tell he's Marine's Malevolent by the kill count, Born to Kill, and the shit-eating grin on his beaky helmet. Apparently he got booted to Deathwatch because he lost a bet. Now cannot complete his service due to being kicked from every squad he's been in. I imagine he would fit in great with any kind of troublemaker squad that we have assembled. Apparently he's also the comms/Vox guy as well, but I don't know. Something about Born to Kill on the pauldron. I really like the armor graffiti that you see in older Rogue Trader style artwork. That's something I kind of want to do more of. Jay Hollow Points is submitting Honored Brother Raphael of the Blood Angels. Raphael has apparently had the honor of being selected to wear one of the Watch Fortress's suits of Terminator armor. However, for some reason, he goes through great lengths to hide his face from his battle brothers. I really like this model. This pauldron here is very cool. I'm not sure where you got it, but I really like it. I do like the little Robo-Hand relic stuck onto the ass. And also, he painted it with fluorescent paints, so under blacklight, it all glows, which is pretty fucking cool. I just realized this is a second submission from Demomer, Servant of Chaos, but I'm going to allow it. This is another Marine from the Meteor Marines named Volatilis Stella. I really enjoy the range of the 2D artists we have on the server. Just some really, really talented people. Like this, I like the volumes on the armor. The background is really pleasing, with the little shots of orange from the jump pack. I don't know, man. I like this picture a lot. Thank you. Now the Meteor Marines close out our final submission, but in another channel, there was a fella who said, hey, if I make 3 Deathwatch veterans by the time limit, or by the deadline, will you make a channel dedicated to posting food and dishes that we cook? And I said, sure. He's got like 2 days to put together those 3 Marines and paint them up decently. And I'm sorry to report, but as of right now, we had not heard back from it. And I said, hey man, it's 8 hours past the deadline. Where are the veterans? And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. There's no food channel. As Iron God says, where will we post our various pastas and stews? Truly, truly tragic. And so that brings the 2025 Deathwatch event to a close. If participating in a community event sounds fun to you, don't worry, we actually have 2 new ones going up right now. One of them is for Kitbashing Chaos Space Marines, and another one is called the Make This Not Suck Challenge. Basically, you take a faction from any game, Warhammer, whatever. the binary of all things falls to Warhammer and not Warhammer. Basically, you take a faction or a model from a game that you don't like, and you find some way to turn it into something that you do like. For example, we have some people that are electing to redo some Tau battle suits. I've kind of got my eye on Votan. I haven't decided anything yet. But yeah, take something, put a spin on it that makes you go, hey, I actively like this now. These events are quarterly, so we'll have about 3 months to do them, and then we'll have a new set of events. We also hang out fairly regularly, chatting about random things. Like last night at like 1 a.m. I was sitting there talking about Fire Emblem, you know. We have people talk about tabletop games. We have a lot of Gundam enjoyers. It's just a really chill place. I invite you all to come hang out, look around, you know, eavesdrop a little bit, you know. Speaking of community, I'd like to thank some new patrons we've had since the last video. Patreon support is very important for this channel, as it gives me a constant source of motivation to try to put out content for you guys, as if I do not put out anything that I don't think is good or something on regular, I feel tremendously guilty, and I work until I can make something. I swear the relationship is a lot more healthier than I'm putting on. I'm just a workaholic, apparently. But as for my new patrons, I'd like to say thank you to Jez, Hitch Ham, Armin, and Witch Enjoyer. I too like a good witch. Preferably a bad witch. I cannot thank my patrons enough for their continued support. If joining the Patreon or Discord sounds like something you'd like to do, you can find links to everything down below. But this is not necessarily the end of the video. I do have a couple other things I want to go over real quick. So, the plan for 2026. I did not put out as many videos as I was hoping to, mainly because of the Bad Ab War project. Laser focusing on that for 6 months has not necessarily paid off in the algorithm, but for the audience, I know you guys loved it. But seeing, as of right now, my Bad Ab War video has about 30,000 views, and for 6 months of work, on top of working full-time, that does feel a little bad, but not necessarily in the fact that I should give up. It's more like I need to restructure my videos slightly to simultaneously make working on them more feasible, as I'm not eating up my entire day, and also being able to kind of balance work, life, and hobby all at once during Bad Ab. The only thing I did was Bad Ab, and I know it kind of took a toll on like personal relationships and whatnot. My girlfriend was pissed. No, I'm kidding. She's actually really cool, but it's not. I would like to not have to feel like I have to work 6 hours a day to make something like that, even though I'm not making something like that. Like I'm not necessarily scaling back. I'm trying to better refine where I'm focusing my efforts, if that makes sense. I know 2026 currently is slated to have a few non-Warhammer games come out that I'm very much looking forward to. Unless Bandai Namco delays it again, we should be getting Gundam Assembly sometime soon. And I do have some of the initial model kits that they had released alongside the card game portion of it. And I do want to do a bit of a Kitbashing conversion on that game. Not only because I really like Gundam, but it's a new thing as well. So I think me actively want to work on it, combined with it being fresh in the algorithm, I think we could do some good things there. The StarCraft board game is also slated to be coming out sometime as well. And I'm a big StarCraft fan. In general, I kind of prefer the aesthetics of StarCraft to Warhammer. I'm not sure if that's just because I had initially... What is going on with my hair? I played Brood War a lot when I was a kid, and I only got into Warhammer recently. I know I've said it a lot, but I do actually want to do Mordheim. The ideas that I want to do are not quite working out beyond, like, as of right now, the videos would just be, hey, I printed these minis and painted them, which is kind of boring. I do want to do Mordheim. I've almost landed on an idea for another Trench Crusade warband that I'm happy with, and I do want to revisit 1490 Doom as well. They've released a bunch of new classes for their game, and I want to kitbash some minis for those. I know Conflict 47 got a new edition recently, and I am interested in the Axis side of things. So maybe I'll dip into that at some point. But honestly, we've got Warhammer content for... Okay, one thing I want to do this year is I want to revamp my starting armies. The Tuatha Dé Danann and the Brothers Paradox. I'm okay with them. The Brothers Paradox a little bit more, but the Tuatha Dé Danann, I feel like in retrospect they're my first army, so I can't complain too much. But I think it's time to revisit them at some point. I also want to push the Brothers Paradox further, if that makes sense. And of course, we're going to do some random lore bits and whatnot. Like, I do want to sculpt some Xenos. I want to do more Xenos. I think it's going to make more sense if I just show you what happened. Okay, I had put my hair in a ponytail because it is getting out of control. For the holidays, I participate in multiple Secret Santas. I think this year I was in 3. For one of those Secret Santas, I had received something very cool. What you see on screen is the whole thing I received. Partial starter sets for Battle of Macragge and the 3rd edition box set. A lot of the Battle of Macragge is still in there. A lot of the Tyranids are missing, but plenty of Marines still in there. and the 3rd edition box. I think some of those Marines are lumped into the Battle of Macragge box. A lot of the Dark Eldar are missing, sadly. I think only about 2 or 3 survived. But there's like an entire box, or like entire untouched sprues of that 3rd edition terrain in there. And in those boxes are like a literal brick of the 5th edition Chaos Warriors for Warhammer Fantasy Battle. And that's awesome. I have so many Chaos Warriors. I want to do something for 40k and Mordheim, and then maybe have something left over for Warhammer Fantasy Battle. That's how many fucking Chaos Warriors I've got in that box. I've also got a copy of Dungeon Quest that you can see in the back there. Now, I don't know. I haven't played Dungeon Quest, so I don't know if that's necessarily a full set or anything. But there are some minis in there, and I would like to paint those up one day. Maybe do something with a bit of more narrative in the story. Like if you've watched like old James Rolfe's like Board James series, maybe something, you know, kind of similar to that, where like kind of like instead of like playing the game, we paint the minis and do a little bit of the game, or maybe kind of put a joke spin on it or something. I'm not sure. This is actual gold in there. I'm very honored to have these older minis, and I hope I can think of a good idea to use them for. Those boxes of models were obtained in a Secret Santa, so I don't have anybody directly to thank. But if you happen to be watching this, thank you. I really do appreciate that. Now, as for the other much bigger problem, I don't normally like to take donations from people, but I had somebody on the server reach out and say, hey, I've got a bit of a backlog, you know, and I haven't painted much of this or done anything with them, and I'd like to give it to you, me, not you, me, you know, to use on the channel. And I was like, sure, what do you have? Honestly, dude, what the fuck does this guy not have? I'm going to put on screen 1/2 of what I got from him. That is no joke. Like, there's an entire Betrayal of Calth in that box and in some other boxes, and a whole slew of Space Marine shit. We've got some Chaos in there as well, but everything you see here is mostly Marines, a genuine shit ton of Firstborn Marines. Like those 3 boxes on the end, it's like almost all Firstborn. Those egg cartons have Terminators in them, by the way. And I'm like, like I said, I don't like taking donations because I'm not sure if there's like a bit of imposter syndrome or something there. It makes me uncomfortable. Not gonna lie, the sheer mass of what he was trying to send me got my attention. Not like in a practical financial point, but just like this whole dog shit channel means enough to this person to send me all of this. And it's like, I don't necessarily know what can you do besides just saying thank you? You know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There were 2 shipments. I'll show the second half of that here. As you can tell, it's not necessarily all Space Marines. Like, there's some Sisters and Gene Stealers and other assorted stuff packed in. But, like, I don't know, man. It feels like I don't really deserve it, I guess. Like, this is a collection for, like, 5 people. And I don't know, I kind of struggle to think about how to put it into words. But it is physically a lot. But it's emotionally a lot, too. I'm complete loss for words, really. I mean, we've talked. I sent him money to cover all the shipping with a little bit of extra for dinner for, you know, him and his wife, or some beers or whatever. I felt like that was not only fair, but like that's what I wanted to, you know. Because shipping all this shit, I was like $150. Fuck that. I'm not gonna have you just spend $150 on me out of nowhere. That's like, it feels like I don't know. Genuinely don't know. As you can tell, we've got Warhammer for days, weeks, months, years. And I want to use a good chunk of it on not only revamping my personal army, because I feel like I feel like the stars align, and it's kind of a good point to do that. But I've also got some Chaos Marines in there that I want to use on the Brothers Paradox. And there's bits for days, obviously. And I know a good chunk of it I'll use further down the line for some obscure lore videos. But in general, I think I'm gonna cut back a little. No, maybe not even cut back. I'm not sure if I want to revamp my army on the back end and then just do showcase videos like I used to, or if I wanted to do something like I did with the Obliterator Lord or the Mutilator Lord video I did, and like simultaneously work on something for my own armies or my own collection, as well as have it be the main thing for that year or for that video release time slot. I don't know, man. This holy fuck, man. This whole YouTuber shit. Sorry. This whole being a YouTuber thing, I didn't think I would get to this point. And lately, since I started working on Bad Ab, we've kind of lulled around 20k subs, but we've cultivated this really, really cool and laid-back community across YouTube, across Discord, I would say across Instagram, but admittedly, I have forgotten to post on my Instagram quite often. That's one of my New Year things. I'm going to try to catch back up on Instagram. But yeah, if you would have told me it would have gotten to this point 4 years ago, I would have said you were a dog shit liar. And here I am, you know. So everything I have on the channel, I don't know. It's like, yes, I physically made, like, I'm physically doing the work. I'm physically doing the videos. But it's like, it's not really my accomplishment, you know. Like, you guys, the community, you guys have made this. You guys are the backbone of this channel. And I guess the best way to put it is you guys are the backbone and I'm the face of it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I could say besides thank you. 2026 is going to be a good year. We're not going to have a 6-month video drought. I love you, Tortuga Bay, but I gotta catch back up on all the uploads I missed out on. Next video, I've got all the... Oh, okay, cool. I had to double check. I actually have all the minis for that video done. They're actually on my desk, right there. But thankfully, the camera's out of focus, so you can't see them. No fucking spoilers, bro. But yeah, I just gotta film some stuff, and I can get editing on that. This video was supposed to be quick. It's probably not. But I thank everybody who watches the videos, everybody on Patreon. Oops. I keep bumping this thing. I wanted to thank everybody who watches the videos, everybody who subscribes, everybody who posts on YouTube, Instagram, Discord, everybody who submitted a veteran for the group build, the people frothing at the mouth for the next group build, because there's a lot of hype for that one. I don't know. I think I'm out of things to say for now. Keep an eye on the community tab and Discord for video updates. And yeah, let me go and end it. I'm dragging it. It's not. It's bad enough that I couldn't say what I actually wanted to say or like articulate properly, but now I can't even say things I didn't mean to say. All right, let me just shut the fuck up. All right, I'm just. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.